You're watching the 2024 SCAC Fall Media Days. Today, we're taking a look at the Texas Lutheran University cross country programs. The Bulldogs will be led as they head into the season once again under the guidance of head coach Bree Ratliff, along with leadership from sophomore Wes Holub and junior Emma Etzler. And Coach Wes, Emma, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, Russell.
Coach, we'll open up with you heading into year two. I know last season was a big learning curve for you and a big transition year as you take over the head coach of these two programs. What did you see as the biggest growth with these two groups in that first season? And how will that growth help these two teams heading into this year?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think for us, it was really just coming together and everyone getting on the same page over the last year, learning each other, building those relationships. That was really key. And so far coming in this season, I've immediately seen the change in energy and just really excited to have the groups back. And they're excited to kind of continue building those relationships that we started last year.
Wes, coming into your sophomore season, coming off of that first year of college cross country, what did you learn competing at the college level over the course of last year? How much did that experience help build your confidence? And what have you continued to work on individually as you grow as a runner coming into your sophomore campaign?
Well, I learned a lot because I only took running my senior year of high school serious. And then coming in, Coach Ratliff was my new coach. I didn't get recruited by her, but she taught me a lot. I learned a lot from the upperclassmen as well. I learned that I need to put myself first, kind of, so I can focus on running more. And I learned that mileage is important, take everything a lot more serious. And that just helped me grow as a runner and also as a person.
Emma, coming into your junior campaign, that first year under Coach Ratliff, now heading into your first year as an upperclassman, how have you maybe seen your role change within this group coming into this season? Understanding the expectations of the program now, do you sort of feel yourself taking on a little bit more of a leadership role? What is that mindset, and how excited are you just to be back in the start of a new season?
I'm really excited to work with Coach Ratliff again. She was great last year. I would say in terms of leadership, it is a little different being that we're upperclassmen, but I also get to compete with other upperclassmen on our team. We're split kind of half and half with upperclassmen and newcomers. So we kind of all learn from each other and we can use each other's strengths and build on that. So I think the part where us upperclassmen now is just kind of reiterating the expectations and what practices are going to look like and what meets might look like and how things are going to feel to be competing in a new atmosphere.
Coach, you've talked about the growth of these programs over the last 12 plus months. As far as these teams go heading into 2024, what are you excited about? What have you gotten to learn about this 2024 version of these Bulldogs cross country programs, and how excited are you to be back at the start of a new season?
I'm super excited. Like I said, we've been having a lot of fun just in these first few days of the season so far. Really positive, high energy. The groups are really close knit. The returners I have coming back, they're great. They're awesome. They're making sure the freshmen are feeling welcome. We learned a lot together last year, and so I was really excited with the success we had coming off of track season, and now heading into this cross country season. They're looking strong. They handled the summer training really well. And this is my first recruiting class coming in, so I'm super excited about that. It's a little bit extra special to have my first group come in that I got to recruit, and they've been a lot of fun, and they've meshed really well with the upperclassmen. So it's just all excitement for me. I'm really looking forward to seeing how we do on the course this fall.
Wes, one of the things that I have grown to appreciate so much about cross country runners is the discipline it takes to continue to grow and get better as an athlete. And you talk about the intent that you have now over the last couple of years of really growing yourself as a runner. So where is it that you've continued to find that joy in running in those moments where the early alarms go off? Maybe the excitement level isn't always there, but how have you continued to find that drive as a runner? What continues to motivate you to get better?
I really questioned that a lot, back when I first started, because I would say I'm definitely more track than I am cross country, but this last summer I've put on more mileage than I ever have. And I just think that it's really fun, the team environment, and I'm just really competitive. I like bettering myself a lot. So when the alarm goes off, I'll always get up. When it's the 6 a.m. practice, I'll always be there. I just have a lot of joy in running and bettering myself and also performing good for the team.
Emma, you talked about kind of the excitement from a team perspective, individually coming off an outstanding season for you last year as a sophomore, top 40 in the SCAC championships a year ago. How did that experience help grow your confidence individually? And what have you continued to work on to grow yourself as a runner coming into your junior campaign?
The conference results for me were really surprising. I wasn't expecting to do that well. I always have a bit of a roller coaster of seasons. So that was really exciting. And I think working with Coach Ratliff, really just learning how to communicate with her and try to figure out what works best for me and what works best for performances. So I think just really staying consistent and prioritizing the little things because they do go a really long way.
Coach, we've talked a lot about the growth of this team over the last few months. So, as we head into year two, what is next for these two programs? What are you hoping as far as kind of the next steps with these two teams? Especially, what is it that you hope to gain from them that will give you confidence going into this season of that continued growth in your programs?
I think we really started laying the foundation year, and this year we just continue to build off of it. Like I said, both groups are really great. They're both really excited to be here. So that's going to go a long way on the recruiting side of things, just making sure we continue to get the right people in here year after year. And I think the results are going to show from the culture that we're building here and just laying that legacy for the next chapter and the runners to come, and really emphasizing what is the mark that each of our athletes wants to leave on this program when they're gone, and to know those traditions will continue on. But I'm excited because I think we can turn some heads this year. I think this is kind of like our turning point to doing something really special over the next couple of years as this program continues to grow.
And finally, as we wrap up with our student athletes, both Wes and Emma, when you've had conversations with some of your other teammates, some of the leaders within your groups about some of the goals and expectations going into the year, what have those conversations looked like? And ultimately, what's going to be key in accomplishing those team goals heading into the year?
What's key for me is just coming together as a team, because we have a lot of big goals. We want to perform well at conference. We all want a podium. So just getting in touch with the new freshmen. We got a big recruiting class coming in, teaching them all the things they need to learn, and just letting them run their best race along with us. And that should be the key to our success. Coming together. Sorry.
No, you're fine. And like what Wes said, our team goal on the women's side is to perform well at conference. We are really aiming for that third place spot, as have been every other season that I've competed with TOU. And so really just, I think, prioritizing pack running and just getting to know ourselves and our teammates better so that we can push each other when we don't want to keep running, just to make sure that we close the gaps and we compete well together.
And Coach, finally, success in our sports arena can be measured, in so many different ways. And obviously in running, there's times and places and those can be metrics, but, beyond the course, that there's so many other ways to find that success. So when you talk about success with your two teams, what is that message that you try and deliver? And ultimately these seasons look successful if what plays out over the course of the year?
Yeah, for us, Russell, I mean, obviously results, they matter in our sports, and they're never not going to matter. And I want us to have results that we can be proud of. But for me, success with this program is making sure that everyone's enjoying it. They have that love for the sport. They get to keep that love for the sport as they're going through their collegiate career. Making sure we're taking care of academics, their students first, making sure we're staying on track to graduation, staying healthy, overall just creating that atmosphere that's very family-like and fun, where everyone feels like they have a place and that they're contributing to the overall success of the team. I think that'll be a successful group for us.
Texas Lutheran University head cross-country coach Bree Ratliff, along with leadership from sophomore Wesley Holub and junior Emma Etzler. The Bulldogs open up the 2024 campaign when they head out to the Southwestern Stormy Seas Open on August 30th. Coach, Wes, Emma, thanks so much for your time today. Best of luck as you head into the season.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Russell.